How's it going, everybody? Rybreth here today, and I'm going to bring you guys today in this video 10 things that I want to see in NHL 20. Now, the news is just around the corner. They usually release some more information around the NHL awards, which is middle of June here. So we're coming up on it, and hopefully we can get some more information and see what's going to happen. But here are 10 things that I want to see in NHL 20. At number 10, I want to see an EASHL practice mode. Now, I know this is a mode that a lot of people have asked for over the years, and it's something that I hope EA delivers this year because it really would help an ESHL community, and it would really help EA make this game more of an esport. They're trying to get into the esport scene. They have one-on-one tournaments, but in my opinion, that's not esport worthy. If you go look at the NBA 2K League, that's 5-on-5. Hockey is probably the only other sport because I know they've got esports in Madden and FIFA. With hockey, you got a 3-on-3 and a 6-on-6 mode. Each player can be controlled. You don't have to take subs. Whereas FIFA and Madden, you've got 11 players on either side of the ball. It is difficult, but I mean, I've seen it happen in the FIFA community. But anyway, in NHL, you could make this a true esport, and it would be pretty sick. I would tune in to watch it on Twitch if they had an ENHL league, not these one-on-one tournaments. In my opinion, that is not what an esport is. So if we had an EASHL practice mode, you could work on tactics with your teammates, work on set plays, dump and chase, get your strategies there. Work on it with your team, or if you just wanted to practice with your build, you could do that and not have to go into a game of ones or a random drop-in game. You wanted to test a build, maybe test out how the new perk works, beast mode, you threw that on and maybe it doesn't work like you hope it did. So now you can go take it off before you actually hop into a game and have to waste 20-30 minutes of your life with a build that you don't enjoy. Next on the list is better progression. I don't think there's enough reason for me to come back and keep playing ESHL. Now, I know it's cool to unlock all the cosmetics, but in my opinion, I'd like to come back and I want to grind. Back in old gen, they used to have that progression system. Now, it was kind of tough because there were the matchmaking. You might play 20 games and you got matched up against somebody whose character's already in the 90s and he's played over 1,000 games already, and you're struggling because your players can't even skate above a 72 speed. So there needs to be some kind of balance, but I do think there needs to be a better progression system. Now, look at FIFA Pro Clubs. It's not something that's been touched, but you get better for the way you play. And the same thing with Be a Pro, you get better for the way you play. Now, I know they're trying to balance it and make it balanced, and that's what the NBA 2K League does. When you go online, you get a set build, but that is the 2K League. That is not NBA's Pro-Am or Park or anything like that. So in the NHL games, I would like to see something more rewarding, a progression system that rewards me for coming back and playing. My player can get better, I can grind up. Now, I do not want this grind to be something that EA then monetizes and then says, oh, if you want to get better, go ahead and buy more pucks and you can upgrade your player that way. No. I want this to be earned all in game, and to EA's credit, with their modes outside of HUT, they've done a great job making it microtransaction free and pretty much worth the grind. The cosmetics this year were fantastic. When they said over 900, I was kind of like, okay. But when I saw how many things could be done, and I still have yet to unlock everything, if you guys have unlocked everything, let me know, because that is awesome. But there are so many customization options that I would like to see us get experience for playing, and we can get our player better. Now, if you want to give everyone a boost to start everyone at like a 74 overall, and then help them work their way up from there, and reallocate the points, or don't even change the points. I don't know what you want to do about maybe if somebody wants to make a new build, but for some reason there's just no reason, in my opinion, to come back and keep playing other than you like the sport. Now, that's a fine reason to come back and keep playing, but you could definitely keep people playing if there was a grind to make their player a better overall. Next on this list, I have a PC port. Now, I want the game on PC because personally I have a PC and I want to play it on there. I'm probably going to still play on Xbox because I have a lot of people that also play it on Xbox, but I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for NHL to come back to PC. It should follow suit as to what Madden and FIFA have done. Those games are doing well on PC. There's a big community for FIFA and, Madden. This was its first year. I know I played it on PC. I enjoy it quite a bit. There's a lot of people working on draft classes in Madden and FIFA. There's mods, and it's just amazing. I've watched YouTubers mod FIFA, and it's hilarious. It's so much fun to watch. You can't do that kind of thing on Xbox or PlayStation, so I'd love to see NHL, see what the community would do on a PC, see if they would mod teams, rosters. It would give it a really long shelf life, because I know if people want a game, they are still committed to making that game better. I know the NCAA community is still putting out rosters for NCAA 14, which is fantastic, but I think there should be a PC port. Madden and FIFA have already blazed the trail, so they can go ahead and just follow suit there, release it for PC. Hopefully we don't get a half-assed PC port. That's not what you want. You don't want one that's all buggy, but a PC NHL would be fantastic. It'd be a lot of fun to play, and I know there's a lot of things you could do on the PC port that would just be super, super fun. Then at number 7 here, I have better presentation. Now, whether that means commentators, whether that means the way everything looks in game, whether that means the way that players look, we get a Frostbite engine maybe. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I just know that something about the look of NHL is starting to get old. We've had this look for a few years now. I know NHL 15 had the NBC presentation. That was on Next Gen. As we've gone along, the graphics have gotten steadily better, but it's not anything that's mind-blowing. Like you see FIFA, and those graphics are just out of this world. Madden, the way they're adding the texture onto all the equipment and the pads and everything. It looks fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. And this would also couple in with a PC port. There are people with Super Duty PCs who are also hockey fans. They could really trick it out. They could get ultra quality graphics, and they would see something absolutely gorgeous. Or if they just want to give us a better presentation, I like NBC, but I think it's starting to get stale at this point. We kind of need a new presentation system. We need something new to look at. Like I said, whether that be the player models and the lighting and the textures, whether those look fantastic. I know the new Call of Duty just released a new engine, and it looks incredibly realistic. Shell is one game that is just kind of lacking in that graphics department. Now, I don't have a problem with the graphics if the gameplay is that good, but I'm going to ask for improved graphics. If they can't do it, I get it. Make the game better first before it looks good. Make it play better. That's just my opinion, but I would love to see a new, just something new to look at, something fresh, something clean for the eyes that makes it feel new. I know NHL 19 with the real player motion and the skating made it feel really, really good. Now, if they can put that into something that looks great, I would absolutely be ecstatic with that. Next up, we're going to jump over to franchise mode, and I think we need a more exciting free agency. It is kind of stale. It is kind of dry. You just go in, you offer about $500,000. You offer a little bit more than what they're asking for. You just press Advanced Day. You got to back all the way out of that menu. Go click Advanced Day until July 5th for the big free agents. For the medium free agents, it's July 4th, and same thing with the smaller free agents, I'm saying, in terms of quality. It's the same old every week. They respond every week, weekly. Free agency should be kind of exciting. I mean, Madden doesn't have the most exciting free agency, but they do have something. You can look at the points. You get points for your location, your team's record, your coaching, your scheme, how much money you're offering, and something like that would be really cool. Or, take it all the way to where FIFA's did. If they want to make the presentation and everything look good, sit down with the player and negotiate a contract with him and his agent. Now, the agent can just be some random generated, we got those coaches behind the bench that nobody ever knows. That would be super exciting to see. I would love to see something more exciting. It's just kind of boring. It's stale. You go in, you offer years. Okay, this is what they want. You hit an offer. It is quick, but I think there is a way to keep this fast and quick and everything. Next up, I think we need roster sharing. Now, this is something that almost every game has by now, and NHL still doesn't have it. Roster sharing would be incredibly sick. I know I've seen people put in a lot of work. I've looked on Reddit. People put in a lot of work to make their own legends based off the legends that we can't use. Why are they locked, EA? We can't use those legends, so people put in their own legends and they make them themselves so that they can. They create different teams and throwback teams and stuff like that. And the community puts in a lot of work. And again, if this was on PC, people could sit there with a keyboard and make this instead of having to click through with controller, which can be incredibly frustrating. But if somebody puts in the effort to make one of these rosters, I want to be able to go ahead and give them the credit. I want to play with it, and I want to give feedback. I want to just try it out, try out their Legends roster, or maybe they think they have a better realistic roster than the EA official roster. Maybe they think their ratings are too high, or maybe they think the rating system should be different, so they go ahead and try that, and then maybe it catches on and everybody likes it, and the EA can take that feedback. But roster sharing is just something, let the community grow as one. Let us interact with each other. The only way we interact with each other is in games, and that's it. There's really no other way this community interacts with one another besides, I guess, hut trading, but even that, I wouldn't call that much interactivity. Next up, we have faster menus. Now, I like the menus. It looks pretty. I guess it's fine. I find myself often trying to fly around the menus, and it just doesn't keep up with me. There are a lot of times I'm trying to click on something, especially in franchise mode, and I've got to push LB or RB a couple times because I pushed them and it didn't respond, so I pushed it again, but then it flies over twice, and it's just the menus. I would love a more streamlined system. Now, I recently booted up NHL 14, and those menus were super nice. You could hop in, get through them really quickly. They did what they wanted, and then you were out. You didn't have to spend any time with any pretty boxes, no intimidating menus. You know, it was just like a tree. It branched out, and you were able to find what you wanted. Next up, it's on the gameplay side, guys. It is puck pickups. Now, they are kind of fixed this year. They are better than they were last year, especially with that real player motion, but we still need new and better puck pickups. There are a lot of times you go to pick up the puck and you can't because it's under somebody, but how else are you supposed to get the puck out? If you want this game to be super simulation realistic, that's fine. You can't pick the puck up, but I know a lot of us want the standard arcade mixed with realism experience that we're all used to, and we need to be able to pick up the puck. It is so infuriating sometimes to just watch your player along the boards skate over the puck, or even he's dragging his foot at the blue line and he's not going to pick up the puck. That one has infuriated me and everyone I've played with. He's trying to stay on sides, yet he can't focus on two things at once. He can't try and pick up the puck and drag his foot. There needs to be a way for him to pick up the puck while he's doing other things. Seamless puck pickups, I know, has become a meme in the community, but there's something needs to be seamless. It's really not half the time. Half the time it works fine, but the other half of the time it's just impossible to pick up the puck, and it ruins chances. It slows the game down, and that's not what you want. NHL is supposed to be a fast-paced simulation of hockey, and it would really aid them if they fix those puck pickups. Finally, the community's been asking about this for years. Penultimately, on this list, we have a new mode. Well, I can't call it a new mode, but it's Live the Life. That mode was incredibly fun. It's similar to 2K's My Career. Now, 2K's My Career back when on the old gen, it was probably one of the best it's been. You know, you sat down with teams, you interviewed before the draft, you know, the teams that were going to pick around your projected draft position. You could interview with them, pick a response, and, you know, you could actually talk your way out of getting drafted to a team if you chose the perfectly wrong answer for everything. Live the Life, they had endorsements, they had post-game interviews. It was super fun to see yourself go ahead and make your family happier, but make your coach maybe more upset and something like that, and to balance the answers and to do that. And it was just felt like you were more like you were living the life of an NHL pro. In today's Be a Pro, it's not been touched for years. They added a skill tree, which I appreciate. That was fun. That's nice, but it's nowhere near enough of what we need. This year's Be a Pro, it's super hard for me to keep playing. The good thing about this year's Be a Pro is that the gameplay is so much better than last year that I'm willing to keep playing and plugging along, but there's no progression. Like I said earlier, you gotta have a reason for me to come back other than I just like hockey, so I'm gonna keep playing. Now, I know that's a fine reason to play a video game, but I want a reason to come back and play. I want a reason to get hooked, to not want to play anything but Be a Pro, but not play anything but NHL, because I can tell you what, NBA 2K, they've nailed it. You'd always want to play their My Career because you want to grind up. They've got badges. You could maybe earn some of these traits instead of just buying these traits with skill points. You already earn your experience points for your wrist shot and everything else. You have training. Why not make some drills? I'm okay with the training. It doesn't have to be too incredibly in-depth, don't get me wrong. But just some reason to keep coming back. Live the Life provided that in NHL 14. One of my favorite career modes I've ever done was on NHL 14 with Live the Life, and I hope to see it make a return in NHL 20. And finally, the last thing on this list is something I desperately want to see make a return. I literally just bought NHL 15 for the Xbox 360 because it has this mode, GM Connected. I love GM Connected. I love playing GM modes, career modes, franchise modes with other people. And the NHL has got such a unique ability to, be a worldwide sport that everybody can play, and it would be amazing if we got a connected franchise mode. They already have that in Madden. Madden has a connected franchise mode. It's super simple. They just basically, it's the way you play it offline or online. You go in, you do all your tasks for that week, and then you ready up. And then once everybody in the league is readied up, you move on to the next week. Now, if you're the only person in the league, when you ready up, you move on to the next week. But you play your game, you do your training, you do your scouting, you re-sign players that want to re-sign, and you move on. In the old gen NHL games, they had this, and it needs to come back. I need to see it come back. I want to see it come back so badly in NHL 20. I want this with new rosters, to be able to play games online against my friends, to play online against people, to do trades with, something that actually knows what's going on. Because there's a lot of times I can trade some medium elite bust and get the next 3-4 years worth of firsts out of a team, and then that team is screwed even more because the player busts and they go out there first. I'm not going to get that out of a player, unless I'm giving him McDavid, of course. But I'm not going to get that out of another player in my league who actually is somewhat competent. So GM Connected, they had it. You could do 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. You'd set up your task for the week. You could have the commissioner advance if you have somebody who is lagging behind. But GM Connected, guys, is such a fun mode. I could see myself playing it all the time, making series on it, posting videos, just having fun, doing it whenever, getting together with people, who are halfway across the world, halfway across the country. I can play with them on a GM Connected. I know I've played Eastside Hockey Manager with some people. GM Connected would make it so much easier. It would be so much fun. I would love to see GM Connected make a comeback. But this list doesn't stop here, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you need to see that maybe I didn't mention for NHL 20 to be the best NHL? I'm very hopeful for it. They're getting really close to nailing the game. The gameplay feels really good this year. I really like it. It's just these items on this list I really want to see in NHL 20. It would make it one of my favorite NHLs of all time. What do you guys want to see? Make sure to leave a comment with what you want to see in NHL 20 that makes it a must-buy or makes it one of the best Chell games in the series. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.